Srinivas Mogilipala is the CEO and founder of Versatile Mobitech. He is also a director of Malaysia-based Value Shared Services and the managing director of UAE-based Versatile IT Solutions. With over a decade of experience in IT solutions and mobile applications development, he has truly made a name for himself in the tech sector. The very humble man, a father of two, sat with Voice of Your Page to discuss his journey to date and inspire other entrepreneurs out there as he sets to establish his brand more strongly across the Middle East. Do stay tuned. Good morning to you, Mr. Srinivas. This is Shane from Voice of Your Page. I've really been looking forward to this interview, and would you start off by introducing yourself?
Hey, good morning, Shane. So myself, Srinivas Mogilipala.
Mr. Srinivas, can you tell us a bit about yourself? Where are you from? Where were you born? Your family life, your background in general.
So I am from basically Karimnagar district. There's a village in Karimnagar district. I born in 1984, August 18, and my father works for the central government coal mines. Under coal mines, he works as he works underground job. And my mom, she's used to she's a housewife, and I have one sibling, Mr. Ranjit, my brother, my younger brother, and his youngest brother even is Mr. Ranjit Kumar, who works as a digital marketer now as a deputy manager for one of the reputed company. And I got married in 2007. My spouse, she's Miss Rama Srinivas, and she has done her MBA, and she is actually the partner of Versatile Mobitech Pvt Ltd, and she is to take care of all operations, like as a COO, and even the products which we are launching these days, as we planned for a couple of many products in 2020. So she's handling all the products as a operations manager, and also she's support me in every aspect and every stage of my journey from last 13 plus years after my marriage. And I have my two children, baby Sahasra and baby Sahitya. So they are into sixth and second standard. Okay, so they are very passionate about my care, even myself, and they are as they are studying very small classes standards, but they really wanted to become like an entrepreneur from the day one. Like I'm boosting them to work like me and become an independent a human being by serving the people in all aspects, like even the IT services. I need the service provider kind of thing. Yeah.
Ah, great. That is quite impressive, sir. So I just want to know, sir, starting from your background, what did you study? What has been your, for you to get to where you are? Where did it all start? What did you study in university? How did you progress from university, your career? Where did you work? Where have you worked? Just kindly walk us through that.
See, basically, I have completed my, as I mentioned, that I have the computer science background. In my graduation, I have from the Kakatiya University. I have completion my graduation in the chemistry. The master of chemistry. Then after that, I shifted to the master of computer applications in my post graduation, and once after that is from Usmania University, Hyderabad. And later on, due to some circumstances, like I am very much interested in the teaching side. I worked as assistant professor for a couple of years in 2007 and 9, 7 to 9, and I've completed my post graduation in the Master of Technology from JNTUH, Jawaharlal Nehru Technology University from Hyderabad. So after finishing up that, after I worked for a couple of years in the teaching industry, teaching side, then then in 2009, I got to know that there is a mobile that is Android. So then I learned the Android platform, the development side from one of my classmates. He's my close friend, Mr. Rajesh. And I have been trying for the IT job in 2010 with the very less than 6 months of experience. And from there, I started my career from the university as a mobile application developer. And later on, when coming to the career side, yeah, so I started my career with very small company called Notion Inc. Design Labs, Bangalore. So there, as a Android developer, I started, and now I'm here. Yeah.
Ah, that is actually quite impressive, sir. That is great. So, how did you then come up with starting a company? Like, what inspired you to start your own company?
So basically, as I said, like we I have into the teaching side, teaching industry. I'm very much interested in motivating that, empowering the people. So even the students who learn the things from in the studies from me. Started working in an Android as an Android developer. I plan to set up an institute for the students who are really looking to cope up their technology, their skills into the technology side. So that's where I started my company called Versatile Mobitech Pvt Ltd in 2012. After 2 years of my IT experience, I started with very small firm in 2012. Later on, like I thought of like how I wanted to go into the business side because of to serve the customers with their their dreams. Suppose they a customer who is having an idea in his mind, but he don't know how to execute that. So I wanted to become a partner, uh, a technology partnering with them to implement their ideas and improve their business. So that is my major motto to come into the company establishment. And I work for major MNC company, like I work for IBM for 1+ year, and I work for Cognizant Technology Solutions Hyderabad for more than couple of years. And even I work for Maybank Malaysia for one plus year in Malaysia as a front end developer. So with all this experience of my career, then I thought of why don't we I stopped my career with working for an organization. I wanted to start my own organization to serve the customers in this area wherein the implementing their ideas into the technology. That's the reason my company tagline is dedicated to your dreams and directed by your needs. So that is my company tagline. So based on that tagline, I'm trying to reach out many of the customers throughout the world, and serving better more than 180 customers I have so far. So we have implemented more applications, 200+ projects so far in the last 8 years, and we are counting on.
Ah, okay, so that is actually quite impressive, sir. So just to understand, I realize that you're actually quite associated with a lot of organizations at the moment, and I'm just wondering, how do you manage to handle all the pressure? How do you manage to stay on top of things?
See, when the versatile Mobitech when started in 2012, and due to lack of this kind of pros and cons in every business. So due to lack of good experience, I stepped back once in 2012. But again in 2016, I started 100% on the full time into the company. I started with only 3 resources in 16, just 4 years ago. But now we are more than 75+ resources who works under our company, and I am managing as a one-man army. But still, I have a lot of people who are associated with me, like Imagine Star that we are working with in my Dubai operations, and even in Hyderabad we have merged with some other companies. So they are my technical partners. Let's say the Versatile IT Solutions. Before I started Versatile IT Solutions in Dubai, I have talked to one of the company here called Genesis Infosys, Genesis Info Technologies. So who's the director, Mr. Vikram Reddy, he's encouraged me to set up the company in Dubai, and they are like they invested behalf of the company and based in 2019, early 2019. It's just 1.5 year ago. So Mr. Vikram Reddy and Mr. Wasimullah Ahmad. So these two guys who are really supported me to make the company establishment happen there in Dubai, and they were supported like as I'm a single person who are handling the multiple companies and multiple associated partners. So they were really supported me to establish the company in Dubai. So after even in the operations also they're interested, and they are already always be with me for any kind of meetings which were held in the last 1.5 year, and they because of them really it happens in Dubai. Uh, they worked as associated partners with me, and they are encouraging me with the financials as well as the route map, like how we can proceed. So like that, in the same way in Sweden, I'm working with one of the company called HealthX Technologies. So and even in US, we are working with one of other company, and even in India, we have some partnering companies like Mars Telecom and all. So there are more than 6 to 7 companies, even in South Africa, Ghana, East Africa, Ghana. We have a company called Unis Technologies. So in all the 5, 6 countries, I have the partnering companies and associated companies. So they are all working with me, and I am working closely with them in terms of the sharing our technology scope and technology. How we are growing the technology behind, like whatever the latest technologies are coming on. So we are habituating, we are adopting the new things, and we are delivering the products to all over the world. So this is now even the Imagine Star, if you take as a considering the as a partnering associated company. So they are into the other industry, but they wanted to really come into the IT industry, and they are really impressed with my versatile IT solutions profile, and they wanted to be associated with us. So I am always open to work with any kind of the organizations or the business people who are really interested in IT. So that's the reason I'm managing these guys, because they were basically impressed or interested towards the IT as well as versatile IT solutions. Then definitely I will do my better to get the outcome to them.
That is great. So that is actually quite great. So I understand that you are introducing a new application into the Middle East, and this has been developed by Versatile Mobitech. So could you just walk us through this application and tell us how it's gonna work and how it's gonna serve the needs of the population at large?
See, when coming to this is all about the services side, which I have so far discussed. But now coming to the product side, we are really interested to work on multiple products which are in my mind. Like we wanted to be not into the services side. I want to be in the product side as well. So based on that information, based on that interest, I wanted to build some application which are really useful by the Middle East people, Middle East customers, and a few of them are for the Indian customers as well. So there are 8 products we plan, and out of 8, recently yesterday we have launched 2 products in India, which are more specific to the some handicrafted related that application called as TriCraft. So which is for the only craft selling platform, multi-vendor. And the other thing is other trip, that is for the transport related. And for the Middle East, we are planning a very good application that is for the cars. Let's say the used cars selling application, which I really got impressed with the other products which are really leading in Middle East. I wanted to be at least beside of those products. Okay, so for that is the reason the U-Cars is one of the product we are going to grand launch in Middle East. There in the U-Cars also, it's like kind of selling the used cars and number plates as well as the spare parts and the bikes, whatever is a used one. So all the used automobiles can sell through this application. And the other application which is related to the religion model, it's not the religion, the trending of Middle East customers, basically application called sandal. So that is for the only the men and kids sandal. So whenever they can used to go out with their native traditional dressing. So they are used to wear the sandal. So that kind of sandal, I want to make a platform for online selling and buying platform for these sandals. So these two applications, to be frank, it's an actually one of the other friend initiated from Dubai. So, but due to some reasons, they were stopped. And but I am really interested to make that to the next level with the partnering with associated with the Imagine Star, and wanted to make it very high level launch in Middle East again.
Okay, so when exactly can we expect to see this application? Is it going to be available on Android or on iOS, or how exactly? I mean, for us who are quite excited about this, when can we look forward to it?
See, the products are already in development. Almost it's near to the production. So there are two products we launched yesterday, this month, and maybe by the mid of end of the August or mid of September, we are going to soft launch the products. So by December, I wanted to launch all the 8 products in Middle East with a full-fledged quality product. Like the all applications are in the few of in the development stage, few of in the testing phase. So by end of this year, all the 8 products will be live and useful for the customers. And every month we planned 2 products from now. So from September, October, November, December, in our next coming 4 months, every month we launch the 2 products. That is our plan to come up with. Let's see how it works, and hopefully 100% we launch all 8 by December.
Okay, so I think I speak for everyone when I say that it's always a noble thing to see an application that is developed for the people, with the needs of the people in mind, something that's going to make life much easier for us. But then again, breaking into business, I realized that there are a lot of challenges that you probably face. And could you, for anyone who's aspiring to start a business, could you tell us some of the challenges that you have faced, challenges that you faced and overcome, and things that you're also still struggling to get past, and how those trying to start can also learn from that?
See, basically, yes, in every of my product, I have faced a lot of challenges, to be frank, but not into the technology side, but into the operations. See, when some idea which comes in our mind, or in my even a few of the applications which we develop for my customers as well, we have faced some challenges in the most of the problems we face in operations. Okay, and very less, like 5 to 10% of the challenges we might face in the development model of the few of the application called C-Wheelers one application we have done. So there are due to some ad hoc requirements and going on, because as a product it takes always the plans, the ideas will add on into the product while developing it. So in that case, there is there are a few challenges by quite we faced for one of the recently we have started one of the product for one of the customer in India called Fit Social. So there also we have, see, these are the challenges, like definitely we face in the technology side, but we overcome everywhere. Like we come across the problems and challenges and we cracked it. But when coming to the operations, definitely in the operation side, when we launch to the customers, the one customers in the B2C model, every day there is a challenge for the product owner, because to serving the people and to reach their expectations on time, and to reach their expectation in terms of the quality, and when especially into the e-commerce or any service providers, any service we are providing to the customers. So in all the ways, the quality is important. The quality of the mobile application or web application is once up to the 10 to 15% or 20% we can take, but the rest 80% into the operations. So when we launch, after launch any of the product, so if you reach the customer expectations 100%, so we have to work here hard, very hard. That is even I faced for a few of my customer products previously, wherein they were failed. And the second thing is few applications into the competition, because of the competition, because of the financial strength of the product owner. So these are also some other aspects wherein we can consider to go to the market and satisfy the customers, end customers. So if, let's say any of the product which is really good in terms of the concept, but not able to survive, not able to serve the end customer, the B2C model, then there is no use of it. So as per my experience, the idea is leading the entire product, but to implement in the technical and make it into the operational and reach to the customer, and these are and satisfy the customer. So that is the journey of the entire product. So the initial stage, the initial idea stage, it is fine. We can make it. And the technology stage, yes, we are there to work for the product owners. But when coming to the operational and satisfying the customer, so these two are the very major aspects wherein we need to take care a lot.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much. This is quite profound. This is quite profound. So I'm sure there are young people that are watching this now, and maybe they want to sort of study computer science. They want to, get into IT. And you've mentioned how you have like a passion for teaching as well. So do you have any mentorship programs currently running, or are you available to be contacted by the youth, maybe on LinkedIn, or do you have any programs currently being run to assist the youth to learn something from?
As per my 1 decade of experience in the, I have seen a lot of struggles. I faced the struggles in the development, the delivery side, and so I can suggest most of who are really interested to learn this. As an entrepreneur, if you want someone become an entrepreneur, so what are the pros and cons? What are the struggles we need to face, and how to overcome the challenges? So that is my keen subject where I can really explore and where I can really explain to the people. They can really understand how to solve the problems. So how to say is whenever I face an issue, see, let's say we have in the IT services company, we have the problem with both the side, whether one side is a developer's team and the other side is a client. So to satisfy the customer, we need to put more pressure onto the developer sometimes, and the developer side or the team side, they have to be more responsible to solve the problems and deliver the product on time. So when customer is always very ad hoc thinking man, and who is come to with a small idea, but he wanted to make it very mature product in the first phase itself. So to balance these two things, one side is a team and the other side is a customer. So I should be like as an operational manager or as a CEO, as an executive officer of this particular problem. I have to play a gentle role that to satisfy the customer as well as manage our own team. So this is where the actual struggles what I faced. But I, with my 1 decade of experience now, I'm doing very smooth transactions between the customer and the team and everything. It's good, and if anyone really interested and who are wanted to be an entrepreneur in IT field as with the product or as a coming up with the product or coming up with the service provider model, so definitely I'll support them with my instructions or with my experience I can share with them.
That is great, sir. So I am going to be sharing your the websites for Versatile together with this video, so that whoever is interested in learning from you could learn something. Whoever wants to get into the tech sector can pick 1 or 2 words of advice. So I'd like to really thank you for having joined me for this interview on this platform. Do you have any last and final words to our viewers?
Yeah, so that's what my as I mentioned already. So if we work, we cannot achieve any big things in a 1 day. Okay, so we have to work hard, work smart to reach our goal, and it's always step-by-step process. We have to follow that. That's it. Because as per my experience, I'm saying it's not overnight thing. Success is not overnight part, and success will always takes time. Because if success will comes in a overnight, it won't be stable for us. That's it.
Wow. Okay, thank you so much, sir, for having joined us on this platform. We look forward to getting the app to start using it. And for everyone who would like to get more information on this, kindly tune into the website links that I'll be sharing shortly, so that you could get a bit more information on the company and its founder as well. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. It has been a pleasure. Thank you, Mr. Srinivas.
Thank you.
All right.